Why does he want us to be clothed in humility? Because humility causes God to douse us with grace. We talk about grace. We sing about grace. You want to experience grace? Right there. God, his attention, his grace hose douses those who choose to humble themselves. It attracts his attention. The pathway to being constantly showered with grace is humility. God constantly, presently, bountifully pours out his grace on humble people. Now, we already saw the earlier expression of this in John 3:30. Remember, he must increase, Christ must increase, I must decrease. The way that God pours out his humility is when we seek to allow Christ to increase. The heart attitude that leads to humility is summed up in John's testimony. Christ must increase, I must decrease. That's what biblical humility is all about. 7 words. Christ must increase, I must decrease. That is the essence. And there's a contrast there. Christ must increase, but I must decrease. And so how we already saw this too. How does Christ increase? That was the slide that has too many words on it, you know. Basically this. His word is more and more eaten. His attitudes are more and more reflected. His actions are empowered through me by his Spirit. His compassion takes over. All of a sudden, Christ's priorities become mine. I embrace Christ's priorities. And Christ's will is the goal of my life. And when that happens, John 3:30 says, he increases in my life. But the must part means it becomes my goal. You know, people that wear all these, iWatch things that is watching your blood pressure and your heart rate and everything else, and our phones track our steps. You know, a lot of people that MyFitnessPal and all those things, they have a goal. And they want their body to get into a range and their BMI to get into a range and their whatever. And we're wanting to get this body targeted. Did you know that people that are like that are thinking about everything they eat? You know, the Weight Watcher people, oh, that's 2 points. No, that's 1 point. Boy, everything for me is 1 point. I've made my own scale. I mean, those cookies are each 1 point, you know? And so I have remade the rules for myself. But if you're serious, and so that's why I'm not a Weight Watcher body type, But you know what I mean. If you're really wanting to lose weight, you are choosing, making these choices. Well, if you really want to be humble, you choose for Christ to increase. And you choose for his word and his attitudes and his action, his compassion, his priority, and his will to be your goal.